I just wanted to say thanks very much for agreeing to chat. Again, there's a number of things I wanted to ask you about, just for further detail, and also some additional questions, just to try to understand the situation a little bit better. Obviously, some of the allegations that you've made concerning the Director General in the last interview we had are potentially quite explosive. So we want to just establish further details.
Usho uyabonga nkosazana ngoba-ke athole ithuba lokuphinda ahlale nawe. Into azoyenza uzoba neminye imibuzo embalwa nje eyongeza kweyewayibuzile kweyakhe nangeyandlela ngixoxa ngayo. Yani enye into akazoyenza kuba kufuneke abuye ayifunde yanto ukwenzela uba umlungise. Okwesibili-ke uthi-ke enye into adala afuna ukulandezelela uba ezinye zezinto ezivelayo phaa ezithinta u-Director General zizinto okufanele uba angakhathazeka kakhulu ngalezo ngoba kufuneka baqiniseke kahle kahle ngazo. Abe ne-details nawo kuzo.
So I thought perhaps I have a number of questions to ask, but maybe to start with, it would be useful for me to, I have made a copy of a transcript of what you told me from the last interview. It's translated by Mzamo. Perhaps I can read it out and you can just clarify certain details along the way as I'm reading. Would that be suitable for you?
Uzofunda-ke iyani sasisho yami okanye yawo ishiva ngale ndlela ndiyitolika ngayo. Into eziningi ziyavama ukulahleka lento omdoli uthi kanti umuntu utolikile ukuthanda kwakhe wenye. Ngoko uba ngaba ku-right kuzoqala ngokunanzela qala afunde zona kuqala ukwenzela uba umlungise kuthi endaweni abakhona khona engafakali mhlawumbe acacise kuwo ndawo uyabuza kubona i-right.
Okay. So, what is your relationship with Sandile Nochina? And you say, I was not a friend to him, but suddenly he became so close and tried to be a friend when he wanted me to convince the community to say they want mining. Otherwise there was no friendship. He even bought me a bottle of brandy, but I said I don't drink. That was in November 2010. I was called to the Estuary Hotel. I was told I could have whatever I wanted to eat and the DG was going to pay. Again, he bought all sorts of drinks. I just drank a juice. Then Nochina was drinking a lot.
Okay. It will be bounded. Okay. Got it.
Okay. The DG asked that 3 accounts be opened, one for Zolko, one for the Amadiba Crisis Committee, and one for me. 150,000 rand was to be deposited for changing people's minds. 25% of the profit from the mining operation was to be paid to Zolko, and another 25% to the Amadiba Crisis Committee. Once people said yes, 150,000 rand was to be paid into my account. Once the company was working, about 450,000 rand would be offered to me as a thank you. I just want to clarify something there. So that altogether is about 600,000 rand, 150,000 rand plus 450,000 rand. So altogether the bribe was 600,000 rand.
Ngayihlanganise isiyela 600,000 andiwa khona 150 okuthiwa abantu babejikile ngawuningi kube sekuphinde xa seqale futhi kusetyenzwa kube khona 450. Ime kanjalo nje.
Okay, I'm going to carry on reading. I told the DG I'm going to call a meeting, then he could explain it himself to the people. He said he can't go to the people. That was in about November or December 2010. That was their last offer to try to convince me. Before that, I was offered 200,000 rand, around mid-year, I think it was. In Kalipi, a group of DME people, possibly Nochina was there too, they were asking me to change people's minds. They asked for my bank account because I didn't want to give out my account. I gave them the Amarillo Crisis Committee account to just deposit the money. They checked it was a company account and said they wanted my personal account. They even called a neighbor to convince me to take the money. They called me every day. I didn't give them my personal account, I gave them the Crisis Committee account, and they refused to deposit the money.
Ithanda ukubande le nto ayishiya. Ingacishe kulahleka manje wena ngathi ufuna ungilahlela. Kodwa kona uphinde yanto ba maphakathi nonyaka kukhona yagema beke bafonela bethi bawufaka u250 banike i-account yakho ngoba nike crisis committee. Phawuthi uyasola bafaka kwangumkhaliphi mhlambe uzogcina wayekhona uma engazange athethe namaqinisekanga kodwa ngenze bana wayekhona bethi base esishwari bazoza phe esishwari hotel ngaye bakuse esishwari eyo nto uthe yayicishwa uphaba phakathi nonyaka. Okay, that's correct.
Sorry. Umuntu owayezoyenza kusondiyasola
no nomathandi mali
ngumathandi mali phela wafuna le account number wabe sekufuthiwa le account number le ndinanzekeleyo ayiyo nanzeka ngekhampani
wayinike mathandi mali ngobaqala bafonela wena bayifuna bangabaniki bayifuna bathi mathandi mali mazoyifuna
ndazi njengoba ndade ndoyifuna kunonhle nje ndibuza ubethini
uzoyinike mathandi. Okay. What's slightly different from what you said there? They called him, he never gave the account to these people that were calling him. And Umathandi Mali, the neighbor, is the one that also came, instructed to come and ask his bank accounts, which is when he asked for the crisis committee account.
Is when he gave them the crisis committee
account. He gave it to the neighbor, and then they called him to say, no, that was a company account, it's not his personal account.
Who's they? Who called him?
He suspected, like you said, he suspected, and Khalif was the one that was calling. And
Who is Mkalipi?
Mkalipi is one of is a man that was leading the DME team for going, I think it was in August, just after the license was issued. So the man, you would have seen him in the video.
Was he employed by the DMR at a national level in Victoria?
Yes.
And he was a senior official in the DMR.
He is.
So he was a guy that was talking mostly at that meeting.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was like the
Okay, I've got footage of him speaking.
So you suspect it was him, but you're not 100% sure that it was him. Is that correct?
Uthi uyasola uba ngawumkhaliphi wayefone. Awunoqiniseka.
Angiqinisekanga.
Yeah, he suspects. Yeah.
You didn't ask for his identity on the phone?
Awumbuzanga uba. No.
Okay. So there was a meeting, you say, that was called by this group of DMR people, and you mentioned here that possibly the DG was there too. That was when they first tried to offer you 200,000 rand, you say. Could you tell me a bit more about that meeting, please?
Can you repeat that?
There was this meeting he refers to when he was offered 200,000 rand, when he thinks Mkalipi was there, a group of DMR people.
Yeah.
I want to just find out more about that meeting, how it came to happen, if you can try to remember as best as possible who was there, exactly what happened. Yes. Who would have heard about the offer of the 200,000 rand? Who knew about it? The offer.
Okay, I need to understand your question. You're saying there was a meeting.
This is what it says here. They last offered to convince me. Before that, I was offered 200,000 rand around mid-year. I think it was Mkalipi, a group of DME people. Possibly Nochina was there too. They were asking me to change people's minds. They asked for my bank account. Did they ask for the bank account at that meeting?
He was not, do you understand he was not in the meeting?
No.
Okay. Ukukhona angayivanga ke ekusho ukuthi akazange ayive kahle. Akwayanto andithi ngexesha babekufonela abantu uthi babethi basemithingini. Kwakushobo ukuba basemithingini bazoba semithingini apha ehotel esishwa. Hayi ukuthi wena ukhona. Ngexesha babekufonela bethi uzobe ku200,000.
Hayi azange basho kanjalo. Aba babezoyifaka ucrisis committee.
Ngexesha babekufona anti ukuthi bayokufona bevale babaningi bethi basemithingini bazoza lapha egodini.
Yeah.
Kodwa wongakusemithingini wena. Kwakusho bona basemithingini. Yeah. Yeah, he was not in that meeting. They called him and they said, we are in the meeting now. That's what they said to him. And they were going to Israel Hotel too. But he personally wasn't there. He suspected Mkhalip was the one that was calling him saying, we are in the meeting, this is the offer, you must go and change people's minds. So that,
I understand. So they phoned you from somebody's phone and you suspect it was Mkhalipi. He didn't identify himself, the person phoning?
No, he actually didn't.
Okay, so what did you tell them? What did you say on during that telephone conversation?
Uthi kabela wathi ngoba phendula wena.
Baba besithi
bathi sizokufaka le mali nganambi ebantwini.
Imali kaloku imali kwakuzofaka hayi imali sasingafonelani masozizo imali kwathiwa ndizoyinikwa xa ndijika abantu kuzo kwi-account ezintathu ngeyam crisis committee kube ngekazolo imali izohlukaniswa kanjani.
Andithi ke eyo nani semithingini
isasemithingini sithetha
kodwa ikhole babekufonela bathi bafuna
babefune i-account number ke bathi ke bazondinika imali no bathi bazondinika imali wathi lo wafika apho zange bathi sithethe kakhulu nalo wafika wathi ukuthi ukhona umuntu ofuna umathamaro wathi ukhona umuntu ofuna inamba yami i-account number yami ozondinika imali kuzoba mbani wathi hayi imali mayisiza ungaboyibuza into eninzi sisi-account number wena undikunike imali ngathi leya nayo ngakanti ndizoyifuna kunonhle ndamnika-ke xa seke ngokundifonela kwakhe azange athi yena bezofaka imali ngakho wathi kume sendifonela le account number ndimnika yona irongo ayiyo eyam ngeyekhampani inabantu abaninzi ye-crisis committee le account number ndimnike ndiyithumele kubo.
Usho ke ngokusefoni.
Sefona ke ngoku kanti zange ndimbone yena ngamehlo.
Ukufona uqale seqala kwafika umathandimali nabo wayiqala wakufona.
Zange andifonela. Wafika umathandimali efuna i-account number yami wathi sizodla imali umathandimali. Ndathatha imali i-account number ndamnika umathandimali. Base ndimnike umathandimali sekufona ke ngoku umuntu othi hayi umathandimali sokufona umuntu othi le account number ndinika yona ayiyo. Crisis committee.
Hayi ukuthi bake bafona bahambe ojikisa abantu.
Hayi zange bafona basho ngomlomo ukuthi manje ojikisa abantu. Basho ngomlomo.
Besho nibhekene.
Sibhekene sihleli.
Okay, actually the neighbor is the one that was actually wanting the account, and then they called afterwards to say the account you've given us, it's a company account, it's not your personal account. So actually all the deals about that they wanted to gave him money was mostly when they were in the meeting with Mapena.
I'm a bit confused. When was the first time that you actually knew that the Director General was involved? When was the first time that you had understanding that he was involved in this deal and that he was the one offering you money? That first time, that 200,000 rand. How did you first get to understand that there was 200,000 rand? Who told you about that?
Yeah, ngubani wayethi uzokufaka 200,000 rand. Ngulokho uqobo lwakhe noma ukhona omnye umuntu.
Hayi, lo ezofaka imali eyi-200,000 ngosasise meeting nabo ungagxina. Futhi le nto uba ndiyikhumbula kahle ube yanonike yona irekhodi ingayiciki into uma uphinde seyiphelile fanele ibe ingavela le nto apho sandayarekhodi khona sithetha nabo.
Usenayo iphi yona?
Ikenzoke ndiyifune yake yaphelelwa libhedi ndayithengela ibhedi ndayifaka. Fanele uba ngabana into naphinde ndingayivala ndingasanawazi ukuyiphindisela emva. Ndandirekhoda nje izinto ezizikhona apha. Fanele ibe ingavela noba ndayirekhoda le nto sasinayo. Ke ndiyijonge. Sasise-meetingini uqala wafika ndipha icar wash
Uba
unogxina wathi ufuna ungibona sidibane ithe esuka kwabethumela le nkwenkwe yakhe ngiyimi ndikhona phaya ucar wash uba mandihambe ndiye phaa sahamba saya kulo mzi wakho apha safika ehleli khona alikho ilanga ezifike ngalidla ije kuhleli lisuku.
No, actually, the offer for 200,000 rands was actually in the meeting.
On the telephone, it was made on the...
No, he personally was in the meeting. To clarify it, the phone call... sorry, can I... Hello?
Okay.
Yeah. So the phone call was to tell him the account he gave to the neighbor who wanted money deposited, because it looks like the neighbor was used as an agent to get his account so the money would be deposited. And then he gave the neighbor the account, and the account had a list of people in it, so it was actually a communal account.
So it was the Amadima Crisis Committee
yes,
account.
so that didn't work for them. But somebody whom he didn't know, whom he suspect is, who's the man, Kalepi, then is the one that called to say this account is not your personal account.
Okay, so he first heard about the 200,000 rand from the neighbor?
No, from the meeting.
Okay, from the meeting. Which meeting was that?
Okay, ngeyiphi ke ngoku umathandi mali ufika ngaphi kwale meeting?
Waqala wafika kuqala.
Okay, that was before the meeting, when they wanted his bank accounts. And then they had a meeting later on, where he was offered the 200,000 rands.
Can you tell me about that meeting? Who was there?
Yeah,
When
when
was
was the
it?
meeting?
Lesa sekuye yayingemi noWiseman naye unogxina abantu endingabaziyo babe bathathu ababini yena wayengowesithathu yena unogxina.
Okay, it was Nogxina with two other people. He doesn't know. Wiseman and him, so it was a meeting of 5.
And when was that first meeting?
What was I kumbuka yenye?
Hayi kodwa kulonye ukuphila khona.
It was last year sometime. So.
Andikho plan sekhona meeting.
Ask if it was before or after the World Cup. That would be
Ngaphi World Cup?
Ayingakafiki.
before the World Cup.
Before the World Cup. And that was the first time, was that the first time that you knew that Sandile Nochina was involved in this?
Wawuqala wayiqala niqala uhlangana
uzongaqala oqala sahlangana entoni ipha ehotel
i-Esshwa.
yeah awesibini sohlangana kwakhe awesithathu siyahlangana apha ePowerwash
ngisho ukuthi ayingabe usaphakathi ibodla akubi wona nahlangana ehotela nabe nawuhlangana awukhumbule kahle ba kwakunini
nani bangakhumbula ngoba ndandimxolela ndandisakhumbula ndanokuba ndandingazi uba kwakunini ngos
he can't really remember the dates when it was but
ufanele uba waba kwakusandukuqalwa nje khumbula ukhona umntwana wayesibona awayesebenza apha ufanele uba wawupha koFebruary
ngiqala ukudibana noNoxolo. Okay, he thinks it was February.
And how was the meeting actually set up? How did he become aware that they wanted to meet with him? How was it arranged? Did they phone him? Did they
bathi bakufonela bathi is a meeting noba bathumela umuntu
wayomfona hayi wathumela unyana wakhe lwapha eKhawashi wathi uyofuna ungibona unyana wakhe wamfonela ngoba wathi mandimnike inamba yakhe wandamnika inamba yami wandifonela ke sekusemalanga wathi befuna ungibona wathi wefuna ungibona engekho la engaka eseGoli wathi masefike lapho uzondifonela ngixela wandifonela wangixelela wathi masifike sefikile.
Okay, Bazooka actually knows the son of Noxolo, who owns the car wash. So one day in Port Edward. So he was in the car wash and the son said, my father wanted to see me. And then he called the father there and the father wanted Bazooka's number. And then he called afterwards to say he wants to meet him when he comes down.
So Sandile phoned Bazooka.
Yeah, to say when I come down to Port Edward, I want to see you. I'm currently in Johannesburg. Then when he was coming down, then he called and then asked him to be in a meeting in the Israel Hotel, which was the first meeting with Noxolo.
In February last year, around about
February, yeah.
Okay. And it was at that first meeting that you became aware that did you know that it was about mining up until that point, or was it the first time you became aware that it was about mining?
Well, sazi wale meeting bakubizelana bazothetha into yemali awungekho mbeko. No, he actually didn't know. He did suspect because he knows he's from the department.
Okay. So what was your response to him at that first meeting?
Okay. Mhlambe into yasincedisa kuba ukuchaza uba wathi wafe wancokola kwadliwa ijile wasecela ukunantsika ushintsha ingqondo zabantu
wathi ucela wafika pha wathi wabiza ijili phaya wathi mawuzisujile wathi naye andiyiphuzi awuzise ijuice yaphuza le drink esingabana sehotel emva koko wathi yayintombiselayo yokuthi weyanto pha umtyebo mninzi kanti pha ungcono mandizame ukulungisa abantu ndihamba nabo aba bantu bapha elalini ngoba uyeva into yoba bandimamele.
Okay. So what happened in the meeting? the cleaner came in there and then he bought the drinks, like he was buying all the alcoholic drinks. Bazooka doesn't drink, so he asked the juice. So that's when he was allowed to buy whatever he wanted. So he ordered the juice, and then he said to him, he called him because he wanted to talk about this project down here. So there is a lot of
MRC
money.
project
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, the mining, he said, mining project. He said there is a lot of benefits, there's a lot of money to be made from that. So he had that Bazooka and still has people's trust and people listen to him. So he must please talk to the people so they would accept it. Yeah, sayishayile yahula.
Yeah, wathi ke sizawutyeba uba ngaba abantu bangayivuma le nto.
Ezibala naye abantu bazotyeba.
Okay,
Nawe uyazibala samabo.
Singamampondo alapha sawutyeba noma singayivuma le nto. Ndingamameli kaba bantwana. Ayibeka nje le nto uba ndingamameli aba bantwana bahamba naba belungu.
Okay. Yeah, he said we are going to be rich. He also included himself in that. We are going to be very rich as a Mampondo in this thing. So he must stop listening from these children that are friends with Abelungu, which are all these white outsiders.
What was your response?
Yathi mna kaloku mna ndizohamba ndothetha nabantu ndimcelele imeeting uba makahambe ichaza yena phaa ebantwini
So
ilanga lo ungowokuqala ke ngoku.
yeah, so he said, I'm going to talk with the people. I will call a meeting, so you would come and explain everything to the people yourself. Okay. Yeah.
And
Uthini uyena khona?
Hayi ke sahamba ke ndizohamba ndiye ebantwini sahlukana.
Nahlukana.
Sahlukana ngolo suku.
So the meeting was finished for the day on that. So he was going to, then was supposed to go and call the community meeting for the cleaner to explain.
okay.
Yeah, that was the first meeting.
Okay. And you had no reason to suspect, to be afraid, because I know that you've said before that you suspect that you were poisoned a long time ago. You had no reason to feel afraid in this meeting.
No. Ndandingeke ndoyike into phala uba iidrinki zandiyinikwe nguye. Yaphinde izana aba bantwana bayisiza bephaya. Napho ke phela azange ndiyicinge ngaphetlela kodwa bona aba bantwana babepha ukhona endimaziyo umntwana owayelapho wayesebenza kwabantwana babe abalapho walapha apha ebucingweni nandimbo osebenza kwalapho. Ndandizange ndiyicingana uba angazange ndizisa.
Yeah, actually he had very little reasons to be afraid because the drink was not, coming through the cleaner's heads, and of course there was among the people that were bringing the drink, one of them Bazooka actually knew and is from the area here, so he's a person he would never have any reasons to be afraid of.
Okay. And what was the Director General drinking? Do you remember?
Yamkhumbula uphuzane. Kunjani?
Yintoni i-viceroy noba i-VO into ezinjalo kodwa ile mbodlela ebovu.
Yeah, it's the red brandy. He doesn't remember whether it's Viceroy or VO. You know, when you don't drink, you pay less attention.
And how does he drink it? Neat? With ice?
You may think these are silly questions, they're very important ones.
Uyiphuza kanjani? Uyiphuzela eglasini, ufaka ice noma uyidla nje?
Otherwise.
Yeah, with ice.
How many did he drink over the course of the evening? Approximately.
Glasses.
The bottles, I don't know.
Wayigqiba ibhodlela yedwa.
Hayi phela
Uyitshaya.
wena yena wayethela njengoba wayethela nje wathi mandithele ndangatheli. Ulapho kwayosinika ke ilethu ngelanga lesibini esithi mona mandithathe ilethu ngelanga zazofika lesibini kuthathana nanjenganyanga yanikho daye.
Walithatha njengemkanana.
Yothi ayikho indoda enjengam le ngaphuzi nje.
Oh, waboma uphuzi. Ukho yena. Oh, kodwa ngexesha aphuzayo la mombheka indoda eshaya ubeka.
Hayi inqilile phela ngosasipha. Yena uhlale eshushu nje. Uhlale eshushu.
Now he was actually drunk, so he can't really work out how many glasses, but he was drunk afterwards. Wena bena uhlangana ngegame lesibili. Ukwakhona.
So hayi pha so emzini wakho ngexesha sefuneka lo ndibuyisa impendulo kwabantu bathini.
Or the next that when we meeting elandeleyo. Yeah, the next meeting was in the Tina's house.
Before we get to the next meeting, I just want to find out there, how long had that meeting taken at the History Hotel, the first meeting? How long was it?
The meeting?
Yes.
Leso siyoqala pha azange ithathe ixesha elide.
Not long.
Hayi ufana uba into eyayiphaa 10 minutes 10 minutes to 15 to 20 into ezinjalo.
Yeah, so it won't be more than half an hour to be precise.
Which the first meeting?
Yeah.
But you said that afterwards the DG was drunk.
No, the actual meeting, the talking. Then after talking, they started drinking.
I understand. Okay.
So that's what
I
we call the
understand.
meeting.
I understand. Okay.
And the teacher, how did I meet you? Tell her question and say pass the court. Wabuya ke ngokwento eziphuzwa emveni kwako.
Wayevele nje hayi wayevele nje wafika evele ezidlela lento ayidla. Kule ndawo sasihleli kuyo.
Wafika kwapha ehotel wafaze vele ehliji.
Wafika elidliji kwakule ndawo ndafika endlini esongena kuyo. Wathi manje ngena pha evele lisisha. Elichisela khona.
Wabo amshiya.
Ndamshiya khona apho.
Wena wahlala ixesha nakuye.
Mna ndahlala 10 minutes mna. Ndahlala mna i15 minutes le ukufika kwami pha kuyo. Uba ndiqiniseka kahle 15 okanye 20. Ixeshana nje elincane eloba masithethe ngalento emveni koko ndamshiya.
Okay. Then it was not a long meeting. So he with Bazooka didn't stay there long.
Okay.
Not more than 20 minutes.
So how did you know that the DG was drunk afterwards, if he didn't stay?
And actually, when he arrived there, he was already hot. We say somebody's hot. When he's
And what time of day was that?
well, so say
I would say awungokuhla into eziphako half 8.
After 8.
After 8 at night.
Yeah.
And was it a weekend? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Your partner too?
On the weekend?
No. He
Can't
doesn't
remember. Okay. And then you say the next meeting was at the DG's house. Can you describe how did you stay in touch with him after after that first meeting?
wayimane efona kwakuye kuthini noba kwathuleka emveni kwafona sithi
wafona phela sesithi bathini nabantu kodwa sendiyile omkhulu ngiyakhumbula uba ngafike ndasho omkhulu ndafika ndasho omkhulu ndamxelela uDlamini futhi angixelela abantu abanye wathi nasokuphunga ngathi bendiya ukuthi manje uzonixelela bamajika.
So he at komkhulu he told the people like Dlamini after the first meeting that he was asked to call a meeting or tell the people to allow the mining to happen.
In exchange for 200,000 rand. Did you tell them that?
No, that was before that.
Okay, so that meeting,
The first meeting had no offer.
Okay, I understand.
So you said Dlamini was strong, which
Yeah.
And what was decided after that by the community? What was to be the response? I mean, did they agree to let the DG come to tell them about mining?
Uyabuza baxa wabaxelela abantu bavumana bangenza zochaza.
Zange sixelele bantu phela uyakhumbula nani ndatsho njengoba saxelela abo bekade siyithatha zange sibize abantu bonke futhi ke sasiyithatha njengendlalo ngoba yayingave siyojikisa abantu kakade sasiyithatha njengendlalo emveni koko yena ke ngoke wahlala wandifonela ukuze uba bathini abantu yathi mina hayi nabaxelela abantu wathi mandifike asibonane
wathi ukubaxelela
ndathi abantu ndibaxelele wathi masibonane masesibonana kulapho ke ngwafika wabeka into yoba fanele abantu mandilwe ngayo indlela into yoba bajikisa abantu kwenzela uba lo mhlaba mangaseyijikisela yenziwe le nto yale mine phaa exholobeni khona into yakho enkulu ozoyakha apha ebalini imali ndizofumana imali ngokujikisa kwam le nalo ngoba kasabuya sesinempendulo ke ngosesimbuza sesimxelela into yoba abantu phaa kule nto ukuthi masoyithatha abantu abayingeni la ngoba abantu ayizange ithethwe kakuhle kwasekuqaleni lapho ngoba madiba bafuna ukuyenzela eyabo bodwa le nto yiyo ke le nto noba babezoyivuma abantu ngeke bayivume ngoba bayazi abaqinisekanga ukuba yintoni izobanceda ngani lapho wavela khona uba hayi mina ndizoyithola imali epha 150,000 ukujikisa abantu laba i-crisis committee ikhona imali ezongena kwisikhwama se-crisis committee ikhona ezongena kuzolo
washo wayehlukanisa ngendlela
washo wayehlukanisana
ngaphi walo 200,000
ayikathethwa yona
ethi komkhulu so he didn't tell the whole community but he told the indunas of Komkhulu like the people that are together in the crisis committee, telling them that he was asked to call a meeting which was to change people's minds and then it was something that I remember we actually laughed about. We didn't we didn't say he must come.
This is now you talking, you are telling me as Nzamo.
He is saying it,
Okay.
but I also like
You're confirming
yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm
Yes.
confirming it. I remember when he said it was after we had discussed whatever we wanted to discuss in the meeting, and then outside he called a few people whom he trusts and then said this is what he has been told to do.
Can you tell me who he told? Are you able to tell me all the people he told? Or some of the people?
I can think of currently I can think of 3 people Umr wayekhona mos. Okay,
Mm.
kwabantu ke seshwabo bantala khona. Ngexesha usibizele ecaleni komkhulu.
Ngathi wayekhona.
Wawumr nawo
Nobhalashele emadlamini.
Dlamini. Yeah, it was Dlamini, Miss Dolly, Balashele. Balashele is one old Indula also.
And yourself, obviously.
I was also there, and Nontle was there.
Yeah.
Balashele is one in John's film, is the one I would have to go through. But is the one band that is saying the Mpotomela Kamalam. Yeah.
At that stage, there'd been no any suggestion of money changing hands. Nothing like that had happened at that point.
No, at the first meeting, no exchange of money. But hear about this. He was then called to the next meeting. And then into le meeting uqala bekuyichaza meeting yesibini yabe sinemzini akhe wafika lishaft khona picture kwase kuthiwa ngekhonapho kulapho ngokuthiwa kufuneka ube serious ngale nto ujikisana. Okay, now I'm confirming what he has said because he made it very long. In the next meeting, he says that this meeting took place at Nokina's house in Port Edward.
The one that we drove, the one in Port Edward in the
Yes.
town.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Then Nokina was there drinking again. So he himself drinks. So he was drinking already, and then when Bazooka arrived with Wiseman, okay. In the first meeting, he attended the meeting alone. Okay, maybe it's important to also capture this one where there was no offer. The second one, he was with Wiseman. Okay, he was with Wiseman in Nokina's house, and then what?
Abanye abantu kodwa yena uqona abantu ngabaziyo ngale mini sosisiphapha yena babeyi-3 bona
engosini
hayi wayenga-3 beyi-2 bona
mhlawumbe wama-bodyguards.
ya yayingawo wona amabheka nje.
So there were, when Wiseman and Bazooka arrived, there were 2 other people plus Nokina, so there was 3 people to this meeting. Where Nokina said, Bazooka must be serious about changing, about advising the people to changing their minds. There's a lot of money to be made out of that, and if the people allow it to happen, then it is going to have a shopping mall in the area up in Baleni, and it is where the story of 3 accounts came from. 150 to his account, and then 25% to crisis subcommittee account, and 25% to Zorko. Yeah.
To him and bring him back and to
150,000.
and 150,000.
160,000 was to be paid to Bazooka's account.
How did you feel when you first heard that? How did you feel when he first made the offer?
Hayi lapho nto nazo bani futhi ndandingeke ndiyithathe yamana kodwa uba ndandiyichola phantsi ndandoyithatha uba ndandiyinikwa ngoku ndandingeke
Now he's saying he just didn't care. He would take that money if he was picking it up from the ground. If it was lost from somebody, maybe he would take it, but from no. 'Nokina, he's very suspicious. He wouldn't take it from.
Why is he suspicious? Why was he suspicious to
Into
you?
engadala ungayithathi imali evela kulogcina. Ngobe edayisa.
Engeke ngoba ndandizoyithatha nje ndiyithini ngoba wayengandiphi nje. Ungayithatha uyithini ngoba le nto wayezithi mandenza ndandingazoyenza.
Yeah, the problem is it was not a gift. So it was like he was employed to do something he was not ready to do. He didn't want to do what he was asked to do.
So what did you tell the DG on that occasion? Is that when he made the offer to you directly about the 150,000? What did you say to him?
Yeah, uthi wamphendula kanjani?
Uma sendifika apha.
Sendisho-ke naku uthi uyazicabula ezimali nazo into ezizokwenzeka uzothola yakho imali bawuthola abantu iyasoteka nje lento iyalunga.
Yeah, that time ndisabazama abantu. Ndisabazama abantu kodwa futhi ke ndizothi xa sendibazame kahle naye uzoza azoncedisa azobaxelela.
Bazooka said, I'm still trying, I'm talking to the people. But when I feel that they are coming around, I'll also invite you to come and help me as well.
So, I mean, but is that how you felt inside as well? Did you believe that what was your feeling at the time last year about the mining? Should it have gone ahead? Should it have not have gone ahead? How was your feeling?
But I think that question has already been answered.
Okay, the reason I'm asking it is because of the answer he just made now. It confused me a little bit because he said to the Director General, I'm still talking to the people, which makes it implying that he is trying to convince the people. What does he mean when he says he's still talking to the people?
To the Director General?
Yes.
Okay. Uthi ke ngoku yintoni eyidala usho kanjalo ukuthi usazama kuye ungamxelele uba hayi lezi yeso
Ndandifuna iqhubeke lesiyilwayo.
kuliwa ngapha
Ndandifuna iqhubeke lesiyiphikisayo into. Ithi iyofika ekugqibeleni yena ndimgcine kanje.
Okay, that was to delay him. We were fighting on this side, and then he was giving his offer, so then it was just a way to keep him, delayed.
Or to keep him to think that you're still interested, so that we could get more firm evidence. Is that what it was?
Actually, I don't think he thought about that. What he's saying is he wanted to carry on fighting, but keeping the DG waiting.
Okay. Did the DG explain to you what his personal involvement or interest or motivation was in this issue, if there was one? Did he explain why he was
He
there?
wants it to go ahead.
Or why he was there pushing the project?
I may have not translated that. He said if it goes ahead, he was going to have a business down there. He was going to build a shopping mall. Yintoni enye wayishoyo kuloo nto?
Wathi usizofakelwa nombane.
And then he said there was going to be electricity too. Yeah.
Nale moli yakhe nomgwaqo uzolungiswa kuba sekwenzekile ngale mine.
And then there was going to be road when the mine was going to go ahead. Yena thola.
Hayi yena wathi sizoba nemali. Wathi sizoba nemali ngoba yasayakha. futhi ke akafuni uba ade aphume phaa kungekho nto ayenzele thina phaa ngoba wabayithi manje wathi uzophuma kulo nyaka wathi ufuna athi ephuma nje le mali ibe seyenzekile phaya enzele into yoba sikwazi abe khona into ozoyikhomba ukuthi uyenzile apha kuthi usenzele yona
engekayisho le bana uzophuma abesesebenza
hayi ke leyo wayibeka ngelangelo ngokugqibela ke ngosesilapha ke ngokuya
kuleni meeting akasho manje
hayi
okay in this particular meeting he mentioned the road, the mall he was going to build, the road, electricity, and then he also said and the main interest he wanted to make sure when he get out of the department then he did something good for this community here. So the community has to have the money while he's still in the department.
Okay. So you mean that he was saying that he wanted to get the license sorted out while he was still in the department? Is that what he means?
Yes, definitely that, yeah. That's
Could
what
you-
he says. That's what he says.
Could you ask him specifically about the license, that he wanted to have the license issued while he was still in the department?
Okay, wayicela license.
wayicela ngokuvuma hayi ngelicense wayicela ngokuvuma uba masivume masixelele abantu bavume kumayini phaa kuyanda kushuthi phela xa abantu nasendisithi abantu bavumile uba makumayini ngelo xesha kwakwazi uphuma ngalo ilicense yena wayethi mandiyoxelela aba bantu baphikisayo into yoba makumayini bavume kumayini.
Okay. He did not say the license. He said the people must agree so the mining would go ahead. So unfortunately when we speak the language here, another catch is it doesn't go into those details. You see, we don't talk license here. We're talking about mining going ahead.
So it's not
So
a technical
that-
thing.
Yeah, it's not at all. So he was supposed to go and sort those people that were against it, and not they were not discussing the license. The licensing is what the DJ understood how it was going to be done, but he was talking about the people must agree,
Okay.
so the mining would go ahead before he gets out of the department. So he would be able to point and say, I help the people of this community.
So where was your understanding of where this money, this 100, first the 200,000, then the 150,000 that you spoke about later, where was this going to come from? Where was the money, who was going to pay it to you?
Okay. Ngokwendlela yakho ke ocinga ngabalwazi abadala
hayi azange asho uba ubani nguye owathi ndizonikwa le mali
wathi nje wena uzochola le mali
chola le mali
wangathi
fanele uba phela ndandizoyithola kuye ndandizobe ndichole ukuba ngoba yayiyethu sobabini nje le nto yayingayomeeting yabantu fanele uba ndandizoyichola kuye.
okay le ndawo okanye ayibuzayo uthi
kodwa le
engashongo kodwa
kodwa
ucinga wona fama
yayizophuma kuye kodwa le yayizovela zahlukene ezimali le phela yayizovela xa sesehlukanisele xa besebevumile aningeni ndawo nina ufanele ningazungena ndawo kule yam le nto ndizoyinika nina nanongena indawo kuyalo ngoba besihlukanisela ewe phela yayengamanqinga ebhatyi yam yayoba ihambe idlani yam ndizobela ngiyithathile
This is all on camera.
we don't care. So his understanding, you know, they were talking together, person to person. So his understanding, the Director General, he didn't say though. The Director General did not say, I am going to pay you this money. But he said, this is what you will get. This is what you will be paid. Once the people agree, this is what you are going to be paid. And then his understanding, which was the question, his understanding was he was going to pay it. The Director General was going to pay to Bazooka because of what he did. And then once the mining project takes off, then the crisis committee was going to benefit the 50% of what was made from mining, and the Zolco was going to benefit. So that are his words.
Okay. So that must have did that leave you with an impression that the Director General had a direct link, a direct financial link in the mining?
How would you explain that?
I'm asking the question because now if the...
No, like the direct link, do you mean...
It's a conflict of interests. We want you to
No,
stay.
I want to find out a shareholder. Was there what is the financial interest? Was there a financial interest? Because if the DG was offering money, where was this money coming from? Is he offering from the department, from his, you know, I'm trying to understand where did Bazooka think this money was coming from? And so did it create an impression that the DG was linked in a financial way, maybe to the owners of the mine? I'm trying to understand.
Into azama ukuyithola ngoba nobengazange asho. Kodwa ufama imali wayezoyithatha imali engako. Kusho ukuthi kungenzeka uba mhlambe uyikhundla lapho imene ngawe yena nabelungu. Okanye kwenzeka ngokwendlela ocinge ngayo. Uthi indlela ocinga ngayo le. Hayi ukuthi into ayishiya.
Ndacinga ngoba nami ngeke ndimbuze. Ndacinga ukuthi kufanele uzoyithatha kwabena. Ngoba lokho engeke athathe imali enye izosuka engeke abale imali ezosuka kuye xa elinganisa lizoya kuZolco iye kwi-crisis committee. Engeke abale ngemali yakhe. Kufanele izosuka kwabelungu.
Okay, his impression was the money was going to come from MRC, which is the company that was going to mine, because he cannot imagine a situation where he was going to offer his personal money. So it was definitely going. That's his impression. He didn't ask, and Nokuna didn't explain where the money was going to come from. But his impression was the money was going to come from Ghana.
Did the Director General talk at all about any relationship with the managers of the mine or with MRC? Did he make any mention of that ever in the conversations that Bazooka had with him?
At this specific meeting?
Any time at all?
There is another meeting which he's going to talk about, because the next meeting is where he's going to say what was going to happen after he had left the department and coming to work here in the management.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll wait for that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Thank you for letting me clarify those questions. Maybe we can move on with the time sequence. So there was that second meeting. You said the second one at the Director General's house. It was before the World Cup.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. And shortly, how long was it after the first meeting, approximately?
Never gets away. He estimates 2 months after the first meeting.
Okay. And then what happened after that? Once they made this, did you go and tell anybody in the community about this bribe?
The second meeting. But why balisa abantu J? He told us. Yeah.
Just another date, significant date. It was February the 10th in last year that they had the meeting in Durban with the Holomisa committee. So that probably is an event which is important to locate these meetings against. So was it before or after that meeting? You know, when the public hearings.
No, was it that I think the meeting in Durban was the 28th of November.
February.
No,
February
February.
last year.
It was February.
Okay. No, you're not talking about the meeting that we had. You're talking about the meeting we were supposed to have. Did we have?
It was
it the 10th?
10th of February, yes. 2010. It was
Kevin?
Phaza fika yena nseka.
Yeah, further step, yeah, checklist.
Hayi ke angisakhumbuli uba ungaphi.
I think it was right at the end because didn't we have to go to TFT? Because I remember it was close to our going to Cape Town. When was that?
It was the year before.
The year before.
Yeah, so I mean those would...
well, it's important, maybe that's important. Kwakungaphi koba siye eThekwini ke? Ngoba ungaphi yona. Wena ngisaza. I actually also don't remember.
The two, you said there were two people at the first meeting besides the DG, and there were two people at the second meeting. You can't remember them, but maybe were they the same two sets of people? Were they different people?
And the meeting yokuqala uthi
Hayi, meeting yokuqala sasobabini.
no, at the first meeting Regina was alone and
Okay.
Bazooka was alone. The second meeting Bazooka came with his brother and actually
futhi abantu babekhona
ngiyakhumbula unimemile nami wathi manje ngibekhona basho ukuthi laliphi yeah, in the second meeting can then say Sekapa Sekapa
kodwa yazi kuba nzima ukukhumbula ngoba awazi noba kwawulixesha ngowokuqala okanye owesibini.
Hayi kwawesibini ngoku ndandikumeme ndathi uphi nako ndafona ndathi kude kanganani ndisithi zapha ngiyakuye namhlanje ubungakhumbulelwa langa leyo date ke
ndathi Sekapa nabathi St John's
ngisakhumbula hayi wathi kude ngoba ndathi mnafika sheshala
St John's. I'm trying to work out dates here because
It's okay about the date. I'm more concerned with who was there. So the question was who the other two people who were there. Do you know who they were? You don't remember?
No, he said he doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, the dates we can come back to just now. I think it's a possibility I see here is we can talk around and get quite lost in it. So I just want to don't lose track of the flow of the story. You said that after now the second meeting, perhaps you can explain, after you came back, you discussed with Nzamo and Montle, and what happened after that.
Okay. Yeah. Wasibalisele ikwabe kwaba khona unye ukufonela nabe ngoba khona
naye
emva kwale meeting leyo likwakhe esibili
wayakhona ngaphandle kwe-meeting kona yakhona phela ngoba ngale mini ke kona le ufonela wabuza bandiphi hayi wabuza bandiphi ndiyabona uba wayebuza kube ndazi uba sendiphandle mhlawumbi zemoto pha ngoba yayikhona le ngokwakhe ovulwa ndibuza bandiphi ndambona uba kufanele nimxelele ndathi ndikhona nipha wathi uzofika wafika wathi ndizongena emotweni phaya nanzukeni safika sahlala apha ekhawasha lapho ke safika khona zathetha khona naye sithi uyahamba uzophinda lebholi naye saqhubeka ngale nto ndamxelela noba ndibaxelela abantu kodwa ngasaxakekile apha ndizomxelela abantu xa sebethe makeza wathi yena waxela kaloku ngale nto wathi ndingakhohlwa ukuthi kuyo yonke le nto ndizoyenza xa sebevumile lo 200 kulabana ngelanga esibini kulawa vele into eno 200,000 ngathi abana imali to 200,000
oh lisemotweni ke ninobabini akazanga namntu ukho nonyana akhe akave kule
hayi wafika unyana wakho wabeka imoto nawala ndo unyana wakhe le ngemoto wazaya asemotweni.
Okay. What is this? This is the third meeting. He was washing a car again. So and Nokina's son was there at his car wash.
What is his name?
Bongani, sister. So Bazooka suspect Bongani might have informed him that Bazooka is here. So because Nokina just phoned and asked, where are you? And then Bazooka said, I'm at your son's car wash. And then he said he was coming. The son went to pick him up from the house and they stayed in the car. And they talked about how far he has gone, and Bazooka said, no, I'm still talking with the people, and there's been a series of events, so the people are quite busy, so we haven't been able to reach an agreement. I am going to tell you. And then Nokina said, I am, now it's the money is increased now. It's 2,000 rands that's going to come to you. So if the people really agree, you're going to get 200,000 rands. And then he said he was on his way back to Gauteng.
And how long after that second meeting was the third meeting?
Basewupheliwe basewusiqeshengana emveni kwale yayisemsina nale
Usondeliwe ekhaya.
yasesondela ku ungathi mhlawumbe okanye kwakuyinyanga
Mama wasasina ngokushiya inyanga.
kwakuyinyanga emveni kwabona nisemsina. Yeah, he would estimate because it was just before the World Cup, so he can estimate a month or something.
Okay. And I imagine that you would have told the community members that you'd already taken into your trust about that once that happened as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, uyasho ubafamba waqhubeka nje ngendlela ovuka usenza nawo. Abantu vele bathembile.
Hayi, ngabe sayitshona le? Akathi ngaqalela nani.
Nokungazange ushibana nehlelo emotweni washuba sebethi bawuke ku-200,000.
Gasho.
He did. In fact, that's how we knew he was also offered 200,000 rands. Anyway, so you cannot say he didn't say it. Yeah, he didn't say. We didn't ask the details like you were asking. Were you in the car? Were you standing? How many people? Was he drunk? Was he sober? How long was? We didn't ask all those questions, but he did. That's how we got to know all these things because he was telling us all every time.
So how long were you in the car with the DG on the third occasion?
You see, the thing is that this is all on camera. It's so useful because it will mean their advocates won't bother when they try and cross-examine because Ingi's doing a thorough job.
What if I will question you? I don't know if it was Gabonala, it is Yapet. So that's my lady, little Yamaba. Where Bala? No, what who could call the man who caught the second is whom the one was who from my color, but Galale, those who look. Come on, it's shilling and none. Babujani, oh, it was an old way of an answer model.
I found by about 30 minutes, about 1:45.
anything between 30 to 45 minutes.
And how did you feel? Was it again that same feeling of trying to, as you described to me earlier, of trying to sort of bide your time to delay him? Was it the same sort of response this time?
Uthi ungahlali uvuma kule game noba osamlibazisa nje.
Hayi,
Libazisa.
angiyavuma.
No.
Ndandisandilibazisa.
Yeah.
Foko sekuyithatha ndasendiyithatha njengomdlalo ngoba le nto ayithethayo ndandisazi uba ndizoyenza. Ndandingeke kaloku ndivumelana. Ndandingeke ndiyeke uba ndandizayivuma le nto ngandingazange ndisuke kwakuzonke. Ngexesha ndisuka kuzonke ndizawuthi xa ngexesha sendibona uba le nto izokwenzeka into yiyona erongo ngaphezu kwento zonke ezake zarongo. Yonke le nto yayingumdlalo nje kum. Ukuthatha ixesha nje lapha kuyo. Ukuthi mali encinga izawulunga lingazulunga.
Just to delay him, because he had taken the decision long. You know, when he left Zongo, that's when he saw this was realized that was not good, no good at all. So every time he was having the meeting with the teacher, so that was to buy time, just delay him.
Yeah. Okay. And so
yeah, sure.
then what happened after that? And how did the next meetings take place after that third meeting?
Okay. Any meeting again?
Hayi.
Ndifuna le wayithi uzopenshela abuye azosebenza naye.
Hayi ayikho leyona le. Ile sesiwemotweni. Sesithi uzopenshela. Abe azosebenza.
Okay. No, yeah. In this same meeting in the car, it is where he said when he was going to leave his job and come and work in the company. Washo kanjani? Ubuye azosebenza.
Wathi le nto ufuna uzopenshela la. Befuna ukuthi ethe penshela abe seyovula le ntontoni yakhe le ebaleni. Abe sezo azokwenza le nto yakhe ibhizinisi azovula ibhizinisi yakhe apho kwakube penshela.
Ikhwinto wakwayexela ukuba angasuke asebenze imali mhlawumbe.
Hayi zangatsho uzosebenza imali. Ungathi nje kodwa wona iyosishiya sityebile le nto uma ingasinge abantu bayifuna.
Yena uzobe azovula ibhizinisi.
Uzovula le nto yakhe le mall azoyivula ebaleni.
Yeah. No, in this same meeting, he said he was going to take his pension and then he was going to come and have his business down here.
And what business specifically? A mining business?
No, he didn't say mining business. A shopping mall is the business that has been pointed out.
Okay, so, but you said that you were going to come back to this relationship between the MRC and Nochina. You said that there was a...
No, that's how I actually understood from the last conversation, that he was going to come back and work down here once the project kicks off. And do I show and our class of project is seventh, second, and has a seventh. So she says, no pension. He confirms I'm right. He was going to come and work down here. But once the project starts.
Who was he going to work for? MRC?
No. The liquid pressure point what was 7 no MRC. And as an no, he didn't say that.
Okay. But he just said he was going to work in the mining project once it started.
Once the mining project starts, he was going to leave the work and then come and work down.
Okay. So we were just continuing with the time sequence then, the next meeting after that meeting in the car.
Okay, he called in a meeting apparently where no, there was no meeting. That was the last meeting.
That was the last meeting. And when was the last time you spoke with him?
It's a very important.
Oh. Yeah, that's an angle.
Actually, it was the last time we spoke with him.
Do you sometimes still see his son at the car wash?
Uyena ke lusambona. Usekhona. Akayita isekhawasho sena.
Hayi ngoba ndaya wayohlambisa kwanele uhamba amakhonkwazi emakhaya epha. Naye ngohlamba basahlambisa kakuhle. Yena wayeke wangathi uzoyinika unomnyungu ozoyinika yena. Hayi nomnyanakhe akhona ithetha ngaphandle koba uthi ukayibonela ukuthi bengifuna ukuyisa. Naye xa bengifuna hayi siyadibana nje kona kumgaqo.
No, actually, he does meet him just casually, and sometimes he would say, my father wanted to speak with you. But the son never, never tried to persuade him to say yes to him.
Okay. So
Maybe just, okay, have you finished? Not yet, okay, carry on.
Thank you. I just want to ask about the neighbour who came to try to speak to them. He didn't actually convey the message of the money. He just wanted you to get the account number. Is that correct?
Okay. Uthi ke uzama ukuzibheka uba uza kahle nale story. Umakhelwane lo wakho umathandimali. Yena uweza kazangadati. Zangadati xa ebeyocola mali. Bafike ngafuna i-account wathi ndizikhona imali ezofaka.
Uba singayivuyana.
Xa uvuyana.
Ndiphaya. Uzofakela imali. Yabona ngendlela athetha ngamathandimali. Umathandimali unale ngqondo ukuthi wacinga into kamnandi uzoba lula. Asengathi kulo mntu washo kuyo umathandimali wafuka athi hayi lulo wena ndizomnika uzonjikisa. Ngoba le nto yenzeka kanjena yena ngicingele kahle kakhulu umathandimali. Yabona xa kukhona umuntu ofuna ujoyiniswa la engafuni ujoyiniswa apha embuthweni. Umathandimali nguye ozazi ondincenga ngathi mandijoyinise abantu apha embuthweni. Kuvaliwe. Ngoku umathandimali ufika akazondincenga ngathi hayi masijoyinisa lo mntu ikhona imali esizoyithatha apha. Uyandazi uba ndingumntu xa endicenga le mali ndizovuma. Umathandimali ngoku ndiyabona ukhona lwamxelela into yoba hayi umathandimali ndisondelene kakhulu nokwazi uzoyivuma xa evuma. Ngoku afuka athi eyi wena vuma le nto le mali akumali esizoyithola. Ndithi mna imali yanale uyithatha khona wathi kude kangakanani wathi ukhona imali zozo wathi weyi mamela ndikuxelele mna ndihlele yonke olayini ndibaphethe. Sisi-account number yakho sokufakela iziswenya zemali thini. Ndithi nibo bani nina? Wathi khona abantu endixhumene nabo abazovu. Uma ukwavuma le nto le mali ngoba hayi. Wathi mna ndixhumene abantu abaphezulu kakhulu. Ndithi mna hayi wena mathandimali ungazondifeketha. Ndiyamazi kunayo ni-connection kakhulu. Ndayicinga ngoba waphinde wandigezinto emfotweni wandixelela namnika i-account number zendixelele kathathu ndambona uba userious ngale nto ayitshoyo ukuze ndizofuna le account number. Ndithi mna andingamniki le yam ngoba seyithumelwa ngomathandimali njengathi ndizamnika kanti yeyona mali nditrap abantu fanele mandifake itrapini ngayo.
Okay. Actually, this neighbor is the one that that is known to always come to him every time they have a problem. Like if the association sometimes would close and say there's enough taxes now. And then Mathandimali is the one that would come if there's somebody who seriously want to join and then say, no, please, Mathandimali, let's rather charge this person a little extra or what, so that we would make money. So to him it sounds like they knew about his relationship with Mathandimali, that he's the closest person that will always take his word when he's talking about money. And then Matani Mali would have said, I am going to sort this out. If you deposit the money, then Bazooka will agree. I know how to deal with him. And then he came to his house. He didn't give him because Matani Mali said, if you agree to the mine, then you're going to make a hell of a lot of money. And then he wanted his banking accounts. He said, Joshua said, no. And then who is going to put the money? And then he said, no, I have big connections. I have people, very high people, very connected.
Who said this?
Matani Mali, the neighbor, if you want to call him. So he came several times. So the third time, he said it is when he gave him the crisis committee account. Because he saw he was very serious. So, and then he started to think, now these people, they want to put the money into his account. They want to trap him and put the money into his bank account. And maybe want to claim that he had agreed. So he just didn't want to give his account.
So have you ever discussed the matter with, is it Matandimani?
Tandy Mali, the guy I love name.
Matandimali.
Is that his real name or nickname?
The interesting thing is this man likes money. And his name means somebody who likes money too.
I know.
Yeah. He is a money lover. He loves money.
Oh man, you laugh. Uma wathatha namathatha ungekho ntweni emali ayazishiya emhlala kwexesha elingangeni yabona ndimxelele ngeyami ndathi sizofika pho wathi imali ikhona kule nto soyithanda cha izintatheli wathi sizofunana ndathi mna asithetha eyando wakwathetha ngayo wathi hayi wena usiphukuphuku wena usandibizele mfeketha ndithi amali zange uthi usiyithole wathi akezuba lapho mayingabinde ke nto senza ndisafuna uyeshef.
No, Bazooka did speak with Matani Mali and said the journalist would love to see him, and he said, no, I'm not going there, you didn't take the money. And is there money? Are we making any money out of that? So he really loves money, so he's the man of money. Then he said, no, I'm not going for that man.
He doesn't want to talk.
No, he didn't take the money, so...
Well, could you spell his name for me, please? It's
cannot write it there.
okay. Thank you.
Bazooka is also going to Potchefstroom.
He needs to go.
Yeah, he needs to go.
Okay.
Also.
Thank you. I've just got another really important question to ask. Just to, yes, that's fine. Thanks, Nikki. It's just really to understand a little bit about yourself and what it is that these people targeted you. So it would suggest that they targeted you because you have some standing in the community, and maybe that is also related to your position with in your businesses and your involvement in the taxi industry. I'm just trying to understand how it is that you came to be in this position of strength within the community, and what your background is to making your business.
Intatheli zakufuna waza zokufuna ke
Key to your success.
uthe ungafuna izichole aziphathanga mali kodwa ziyafuna. Okay. What the hell was?
I'm listening to him. He's calling the person that came to him. He's saying, no, the journalists still want you. They are here. He's saying, no, I cannot talk. So I had it myself. Okay, uthi-ke untombazane lo emibuzweni yakhe ucinga. Yoba xa ucinga kufana uba bakulandezelanga uthi yintoni idala beze kuwe. Uthi mhlawumbi okanye kungenxa yenansika. Mhlawumbi kungenxa yokuba okanye ungumntu othenjiweyo kwicommunity okanye ungumntu oyinto ayiyo. Until uzama uba xa ngabe sibhala isitori sakhe kufuneka asho uba uyabo bendithetha nobani uyacinga uba okanye yabo njalo njalo. Mandenze umzekelo okanye uDlamini xa kuthiwa kwakulandelwa yena wayengalandelwa ngabanaku eyinduna komkhulu okanye isondelelo komkhulu sazi ukwindawo yoba abantu bawumthemba okanye bazommamela okanye bothini. Xa ucinga yona bakulandelanga kuthini kungoba kutheni?
Ndicinga uba mna bandilandela kuba nakho bethi ndicinga uba andithi bathi ndiphethe kule nto yale crisis committee. Futhi ndiphethe nje bona abantu ndim endifanele uba anithatha ngqalelo nina. Esengangathi xa bejikise mna ngalolu ukuzojikisa nina ndiyojikisa i-community. Yeyo nto bandithembile into yoba uba ngabe ingavunywa ndim le nto ngabe bonke abantu ndingakwazi uba mandibenze uba bavume.
Bovuma bonke abangazazi.
Kusho ukuthi bandithatha ngokuthi ndiyinkosi yabo abantu ngendlela abacinga ngayo.
No, he's saying he must have been targeted because he's actually the leader of the crisis committee. So he's the chairperson. He's known for that. And so they assume that if he himself agrees, then everybody else in the crisis committee will obviously agree, and then the whole community also will agree. Okay. That's a direct answer as to why.
Yes.
What is another specific question?
I want to find out about your background with regards to how you came to be a person of standing in the community.
Uzama ngithola i-background nje ngaba mhlawumbe okanye ukuze kude kufike nasekukhethweni kwakho community and ukuthi ukhethe ukuthi ekhokhela okanye kude
Andikayazi kanjani loo nto. Umuntu bakhetha ngoba kutheni hayi sesendinisa nemfane.
hayi usaying
Kufanele uba ndiyazenza mna. Masenze into ezophela.
okay. Yeah. Do you have any other quick?
Yes, I've got two other quick questions. The one is, I understand that there might have been a bit of reluctance. You may have been a little bit reluctant to come forward because I believe that maybe there is a relative of yours who is in business with some relatives of the DG. Is this something that's a little bit of a complicating factor to you? Why have you decided to come forward even in spite of that?
Uthi uyaqonda uba bekufama kuthanda ukuba nzima kuba nansi uvele. Kodwa yintoni eyenza uba ukwazi uba like uqoqeshe ukhululeke noba wona umuntu obuyaxhumana njengalento uba ngokuxhumene nomuntu kwibhizinesi osisihlobo sikanonke.
Yintoni eyenza?
Uthi ungathi yintoni mhlawumbe ngokwakho ekwenza ukhululeke sesho wakhululeke ungakunandabayi ungathetha noba usondelene nabantu ngendlela oba xa unobuhlobo nabo nomuntu osondeleneyo nokuqina.
Hayi ndiyathi kufanele ndithethe ngoba le nto yayingayomfihlo ncam. Zikhona izinto kwezi zinto sizithethayo ezaziyimfihlo yethu nomgqumo. Zikhona izinto ezazingayomfihlo, izinto ezizimbalo eziyimfihlo njengoba wayethe uzondinika yami imali imfihlo yethu leyo uba wayezondinika yami imali eyokuthi uzonika imali izolko ne-crisis committee nokuthi ndiyojikisa abantu yayingayomfihlo ngoba lo abantu wayendithuma kubo ndandizofike nditsho phela uba makajike futhi ndandingevele ndiqhamuke sendisithi makajike nje wayezibekile izinto ezithi makajike ngoba wabeka into ethi makajike akazudla yedwa uMadiba lapho ngoba enye imali izofakwa kwi-crisis committee enye ifakwe kwicala lethu lo Madiba yayingayomfihlo.
He's saying this is not the big secret. You know, if he was told to go and talk to the community, so that wasn't a secret. He was told to go and talk to the community and tell them Madiba is not going to benefit alone, so other people are going to benefit. He's making an example. If the crisis committee was going to make money out of this deal, and Zork was going to make money, so the community was going to make money, so that's not a secret. There was those little secrets, like he was also going to be paid the money. This is not all like too much secretive.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand in the sense of why what's making him come forward now. You know, why now? Why now to tell the story? Is it because the licenses been revoked? The new councillors have been elected. What are the reasons for now to tell the story?
Uthi ke mhlawumbe ngathi into eyenza uba usho ngoku yile nto bavele license seyichithiwe ungasenandaba sensho ungasekombi eligqityiwe.
Hayi ndandingayisho noba kunini kaloku andimbizanga mna ndizothi ndizosho kanje uyofikileyo eSofiston noba wayefike nini noba wayefike ngelaa xesha ndandihleli ndizoyisho.
Mandixelela kamandi man. So he's very frank with this one. He would have told it at any stage. You came, you only came now. So he didn't invite anybody to come only now. So any time he would have told this story as he is telling to you now. Hey,
I've got two very quick more questions. The one is just a brief one. Which is the car that you sat in at the car wash? Was it one of your cars here? Was it the DJ's car?
Oh. What will you say, Pimot?
Imoto zami andandiyohlambisa ihlambisa phaa yonke imoto yam ngoba yeyiphi nje yonke endihambe ngayo ngoba zikhona imoto ezininzi endihambayo noba yeyiphi ndiyazi ndiyozihlambisa khona.
No, all of his cars, he's washing them there.
Okay. So I just want to find out which was the particular car that he was in that the DJ came to sit in. It just making a full story.
That he was sitting in the DJ's car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the DJ? What car was that?
Mercedes number Mercedes number T.
Number T.
GP. GP motor
Mercedes, GP registration.
You don't know the specific make of the Mercedes?
Compressor.
And the color?
White.
Okay. Was there anything special features in the car on the inside that you remember? Like a special radio
or which soccer team did he have with?
Okay, you come with another question.